I just don't care who President Obama wants to support as the nominee. I mean, I understand him saying, yeah, Joe Biden, go ahead and you run if you want to run. That's the hot story that's out there, that Biden is thinking about running, and apparently the president's giving him his blessing. I don't know if that's an endorsement or not. But thinking about endorsements, I don't give a damn who Obama supports. Now, think about this. We have our first black president. Unquestionably, it's historical. And the excitement that was surrounding the Obama campaign, not only in 2008, in 2009 when he was getting started, and then the re-election. And 6.5 years after the fact, we have a Black Lives Matter movement in America because they think there have been just some grave injustices that continue to take place in society. Now, has Obama done enough for black youth unemployment in this country? And the answer to that is hell no. In fact, I think in many respects he's failed the black community because he was afraid that he was going to get criticism if he were to favor the black community, which is exactly what the black community in this country needs right now. He has manufactured this trade effort that goes totally opposed to what he was saying on the campaign trail to get reelected in 2012. In fact, Mitt Romney could not have done a better job when it comes to trade and outsourcing jobs. And the format and the formula that's being put in front of us right now is disastrous for American jobs and American workers. And Obama's in the forefront pushing these trade deals that are horrible. So, and then, of course, the Wall Street criminals are still out and about. No prosecutions there. Obama has been a disappointment on a lot of different fronts. Now, the stimulus package to me was a no-brainer. The automobile loan package, that was a no-brainer. But he had to get it done, and he did, to his credit. And he ran on those to get reelected. And he ran on what he was going to do for the middle class, which I'm still waiting for. You know, and then healthcare, of course, was big. But Obama he's thinking like, well, healthcare's over with. We did that. No, why isn't he pushing for round two? And if it's been so widely successful, this would be the perfect time to go and set up the campaign conversation of round two of healthcare and leave the Republicans behind. And so I think that Obama, I don't care who he supports. If he wants to support Joe Biden, that's great. It seems to me that Biden's going to run. Why would Josh Earnest even talk about Biden at a press briefing at the White House if Biden wasn't going to run? That's how I view it. Now, on Monday, Earnest comes out and he talks about how President Obama thinks the best thing he ever did was picking Joe Biden.
The president has indicated his view that the decision that he made, 7 years ago now, to add Joe Biden to the ticket as his running mate was the smartest decision that he had ever made in politics. And I think that should give you some sense of the president's view of Vice President Biden's aptitude for the top job.
I got no problem with Biden. Biden's been a longtime public servant. And I think, if he did get elected, he'd be a very fine president. But here comes the sell job from the White House. Now, you tell me if you think Biden's running.
I think all of you and your coverage of some of the president's comments about Secretary Clinton have noted how warm those comments were. I'll just say that, the vice president is somebody who has already run for president twice. He's been on a national ticket through 2 election cycles now, both in 2008 and in the re-election of 2012. And so I think you could make the case that there is probably no one in American politics today who has a better understanding of exactly what is required to mount a successful national presidential campaign.
I mean, if that ain't greasing the skids, go, Joe, go, I don't know what is. And I think that the White House is being very politically correct on how they're handling Hillary Clinton. If anybody knows what's going on with the email scandal and the FBI investigation, it's probably somebody inside the White House. And they know the seriousness of this. Biden has to know the seriousness of this. And this is a situation where there can be no mistake because Hillary Clinton is having problems right now when it comes to trustworthiness in the polls. She still leads by a sizable margin over the other candidates, but can she win? If you look at polls against other Republican candidates in some key states, she's got some issues. So in the meantime, the Republicans are running around telling us that Donald Trump can't win. But you know what? The Republicans could easily win the White House in 2016.